Hello, Rika. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, we'll get started. Maybe in 5 minutes. Let's wait for others to join.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anup,
Yeah.
you will be covering any SAP application in the training,
Uh,
like
actually, I was
testing
not
any.
planned for it actually.
Okay. Okay.
Um, yeah, because this time we are solely focused on Salesforce because
Mhm.
we're getting a lot of inquiries on Salesforce part. That's the main reason.
Okay. Is it same like testing and like Salesforce application
Yeah.
and this one
So,
also? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
as I covered in my previous demos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, SAP is one kind of application
Mm-hmm.
which is used to handle the business processes within the organization I'm talking about.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It can be about handling the purchase order or else
Mm-hmm.
handling the deliveries or handling the employees name, their roles. It's kind of a SAP is complete designed in a view of it is easy to monitor the entire organization so effectively.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It can be anything. It can be in human resource. It can be in
Mm-hmm.
HRD, I mean human resource, or as a CRM, or as in a business, or transport, or logistics. So SAP will
Yeah.
be useful for that. Salesforce is
Mm-hmm.
completely a different side, which is for end business users.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone need to raise some complaints, right? Or else they need to uh, talk something about, I mean, or else request something about some workflows will be there. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
raise some request, that will go into multiple hands and then it will get a resolution, right? So that is what is Salesforce is all about. Both is an enterprise application, both is handling two different concepts. So knowing the
Okay.
workflow is an advantage,
Mm-hmm.
but from Tosca perspective, as I used to say, right, uh, both is not having major differences. Pulling the modules and automating it, it's going to be similar, but both is having their own advantages and disadvantages within the Tosca.
Okay.
Uh, each will have different challenges that we
Mm-hmm.
will be experiencing when we are automating it. So now we are going into a SAP project, right? I'll be
Uh,
teaching here about Salesforce. So when
mm-hmm.
you automate the SAP, you will get into some kind of hurdles. So when you solve it, you'll understand. Okay. So
Yeah.
uh, in this particular course, we'll be talking about generic UI, and 1 week for in a week we'll be talking about Salesforce and how to automate. And
Mm-hmm.
by taking those knowledge, when you try to apply the same thing in SAP, you will get it. Okay, so to scan the modules and all, we'll go and do a scan, but for Salesforce, it is not required. That is all the only thing. But every other process is going to be the same.
Okay, enough.
Yeah, sure. Let's see
Mhm. Yeah,
on the
thank.
point.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Uh, Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. Let's give 2 more minutes. We are just discussing about SAP and Salesforce and all. Let's start the session in a couple of minutes. Okay. Thank you.
Can I ask one question, sir?
Yeah, Pooja, tell.
Yeah. So actually, there is one window in my application where I need to be add block descriptor title. So that is a simple text box where I need to be add a title, but every time whenever I'm adding that title, it should be unique.
Okay.
So in this case, how we can perform this action? Like, I know we can use the send keys, but how I need to be provided?
You can use a random function. I mean, there's a function called random that you can use. It will be helpful for you to send the random texts for the same text box with the different values.
Okay.
Maybe in the class, I'll try to show it for one of the area.
Yeah, I'll try, sir.
Okay, we'll get started. So today, mostly it's going to be the uh, hands-on session on automating the Tricentis demo workshop. Thank you everyone for joining on the time. So let me bring up my screen. We'll directly switch it to the Tosca and try to automate uh, some additional parts, what we left out on previous sessions. Just a moment, I'll reshare again. Yeah, hope my screen is visible. So until yesterday, we talked about what is Tosca, what is those benefits and all, and what we can expect in Tosca, and what is the difference between the current tools and how Tosca is standalone. Okay, and what we yesterday started is it's about first part, the first and foremost, the heart of the Tosca learning. It's around the modules. What is module and how good is getting pulled into Tosca? It's nothing but the buttons, frames, and the tables and text entry fields. All those are. So those are we are converting in form of modules and storing in form of module attributes, and we are using to steer the application. So that's what we covered. Now, today class, what we are going to do is we are going to automate a product purchase flow, which is going to be the Tosca demo app shop. Right. So here we are going to navigate of to one of the area. It can be anything. Let me choose computers or desktop. Yeah, and we are going to add this to the cart, and here we are going to give some values, maybe 2. We're going to add it, and product is this will add it to the shopping cart, and then we can go here, navigate, and click here. And after coming here, we'll be seeing, and we need to populate few values. Okay, country we may need to populate, and zip code maybe we need to populate. We will be scanning all those things, and we'll give checkout. Okay, it's asking for checkout. And once we do this, yeah, and if time permits, we'll complete this also. Yeah, so all these are already populated. It's coming by default. We can complete this order and verify this particular the placed order, what we have placed. We'll verify the order number, we'll buffer it, we'll verify the timings, we'll verify the emails and all, and even we'll verify the process and all. Let's see how to do it. Okay, so that's the task of today's plan, and we'll be having tomorrow to complete this test case. But today's part, I'm going to teach a lot about on modules area, because as I keep on saying, modules are the one which is going to help you to have the what to say, the robust test case, which means it will be dynamic in nature. It won't fail frequently. If you have the weak properties, if you have, I mean, in the properties in the sense, if you have the modules which is having the weak properties by having the dynamic values and all, script is going to fail. So I will teach you about how to scan and how to find the right properties and what is the best approach and what should not we do. That and all will cover. So today's session, it's mostly going to be how to scan the required elements for our flow in this demo workshop site. Okay. So this is what our agenda is. We'll be scanning, we'll be creating the modules and build a test case and creating reusable modules, maybe if time permits. But today I'm planning to focus on scanning and creating modules. Okay, let's switch back to the Tosca. So here's what we left yesterday. Yesterday someone asked how to do open URL that we did. Okay, so now let's plan from the beginning. As the end of yesterday's session, what we did is we added a browser parameter. I mean, it's called TCP basically, test configuration parameter. So how to add is we'll go to the test case, right click, and if you come here, you'll be having this purple icon, which is test configuration parameter. What is meant by this test configuration parameter? And which means, so this will help you to steer the test cases. Right? So if you give H, it is going to trigger this test case on H. But if you're going to give it in Chrome, it is going to trigger it from the Chrome. And let me try to add few more so you'll understand. Let me pass like username. Okay. See, it's not like you need to choose from the given keywords, I mean, given values. You can write your own also. I'm giving as a username. Let me create one more. Let it be the password. Okay. So in the previous classes, if you've seen for the login, we're directly passing it here, right? Let me copy this and put it into our username. Okay. So password is nothing but I'm using the same password. Please don't log in and delete this user. I don't have another one. So here you can change this. As it is a password, I want it to be encrypted. So I'm using this password. So it will be getting converted into encryption method. So if someone wants to see it, they can't able to see it. Right? Any questions as of now? Okay. So now we copied from here and I created a test configuration parameter. But how to use this? Very simple. All you need to do is you need to have the same naming on this particular field. So how to do is, let's see, it will be like CP configuration parameter, and this is syntax. We need to have square bracket, and it will list out basically what we have 3 test configuration parameters as of now. So it is showing 3. As it is an email, I need username, right? Either I can type it, more we type it will get listed out, and I can choose it from here and close this. See, this is the syntax of it. Similarly, we need to do for here also. It will be like CP configuration parameter and password. Okay, hope you understood. What difference it's going to make is instead of hard coding the values, we are going to send it via test configuration, which is more convenient for us, right? So if you want to change something, you don't need to go and change it in your test case each and every time. And hard coding is not the right way to do. Every time it's good to have the dynamic values. Okay, so For this configuration and all, it should be given here. So this is the format we need to call it. So let me type it on here. So syntax is CP and open square bracket, and you need to give the value here, whatever the value. That value is nothing but the keyword which you created on test configuration. The same should be there. As I said, it is a keyword driven. If there is any spelling mistakes there, Tosca is not going to identify. Right? So if I run this one, it is going to work. But let me do one more also. So yesterday at the end of session, we import this open URL. Let me do it once again for you guys. So how to do is give Control T. So you'll get this pop-up search and add tester, or else you can go right click and come at the bottom. You can see like search and add tester. So here again, the same pop-up will come. Here, what I need to do, I need to have open URL, because what is my requirement? I need to open some URL, open file, open mobile app. So many things are there. I want to have open URL. Okay. I was thinking I'll be getting a question here, but let me explain. See, we went and scanned, not this one. This is right. And see, where we went and scanned these things on during our demo sessions, and yesterday's first class, right? And how about here? If you see, it is not having any open URL, right? If you see, we never went and scanned something called open URL, right? All we scanned is login, email, password, login button, and logo, add to cart. That's all we did, right? But how come the open URL is coming? It's all because standard modules, which means Tosca is already created some of the few modules which will be helpful for us. For example, it's one of the basic window operation which will take the screenshot. Something will help you to copy to the clipboard, send keys, Windows operation, scroll window, T-box save as dialog menu, context menu. All these things Tosca is providing to us by default. Similarly, buffer operations, which I'll explain, which will be very useful for you guys. Mostly you'll be using this T-box at buffer very much. And evaluation is for evaluating two values or mathematical operations and all. File operations is for comparing and deleting, copying, and moving it from one place to another, unzipping and all. So file operations. So Tosca is providing you these kind of standard modules. That is what I am calling it out here. So I'll do it once again. So if I go open URL, if you see, it is coming from here. When I mouse over it, you can able to see modules, standard modules, engines, HTML, open URL. That is a path. So from standard modules, it is coming. If I search for login, because we went and create a login, right? So here also, if you see, demo web shop login is there. Modules, demo web shop, that is a folder name which we given, and the module name which we given. Right. So you need to see the path and choose the right property, because sometimes we'll be having at present we don't have multiple properties, so no confusion will be there. But on a real-time projects, it's better that you're seeing this particular path from where it is coming. For instance, what will happen is you may be working in an environment where 4 to 5 testers will be working, right? Some people's what they will do is, for an instance, okay, for instance, this is one of the URL which, open URL module which we're using, right? What will happen is peoples will copy this and have it in their local, which means they could have created something on their own name, Anup or whoever it is, and inside that they will be having this. If I create a module and inside that if I put it means, see, they have this open URL, right? So when you go and search it, let me go and search it. See, it's coming URL. If you see Anup is already there. This is what I created now. And this is the one which I am supposed to use. Right? Let me do it again so we can understand. See, Anup is there, which is someone copied it to the local and keeping it. They may be deleting it, right? Okay. So this is about the modules only, because having the duplicates we should avoid. And when you're adding the modules to your test case, you should be more careful from where you're adding. Okay, every time go with the right modules which you are seeing on search and add tester. Okay. So here, open URL. This standard module will help you to launch the browser basically. Okay. And here in this URL, you need to give the URL. Either you can copy this URL and send it directly, which is not advisable because you are hard coding it. So instead of doing like this, it's better you are creating some test configuration parameter. Okay, so let me create it. It will be the URL. Okay, and passing the proper value. Okay, so here let me call it CP, and if you see URL came. Okay. So this is syntax, and you can right click and use this value, translate value, and see what this is actually having. Which means at the real time, Tosca will help you to verify what is going to be used during your test time. Okay, so whatever I gave here, it is going to come at the launch URL. What is the benefit of this Anup means? See, today it will be test environment. Tomorrow it may get updated to the UAT, right? So you can simply use this UAT. You can come and directly change this URL, or else if it's going to be prod means or dev means, they'll be having the changes here itself, right? You can come and update the URL basically, or else I'll have one more trick. What we can do is we can create one more URL underscore dev, and we can pass the URL which is for dev, and that you can pass it to here. It will be having underscore dev. Right. Hope I'm not confusing. If it is confusing, let me know. Or else if I'm going a bit fast, you can't able to follow me means, let me know. Okay. So now the first and foremost best practices, don't hard code any values. Okay. If you see here, at this point of time, we are not using anything hard coded. Here also it is showing like encrypted, but we are passing what to say, test configuration parameter. Okay. Now what will be happening is, what is our use case? We are going to automate a product purchase flow. So let's rename our test case. It will be like product purchase flow, and it's a demo web shop, right? So this will be the product purchase flow. And first prerequisite, we need to open URL. We opened it and we need to log in, and we'll be clicking login and email, password, login button, and log out is not required now, right? So let me, and a simple way is you can simply drag and drop. For an instance, if in other application, other automations, if you want to change something from one area to another area, means you need to cut, copy, paste, those things are there, right? That you don't need to do it here. You can simply drag and drop. right? See, I'm just changing structure. Always remember Tosca goes from top to bottom. So first test step what you kept logout means it will go and do the logout, right? And second, it will try to open the URL. So here it will fail because logout button won't be there if the browser itself is not open to means. So this should be done. Okay. And one more which I missed to do say on previous classes, work state. Few of the projects will be following that, and it's a very good practice. Whenever I work on something, I'll move it to in work. So 3 states we'll be following: plan, in work, completed. So here I'll move it to in work because it's not yet completed, right? That's the case. So we have no open URL from standard. Login we already had, and select and add desktop 01 to cart and log out. But it is not a complete test case, right? What we need to go to computers first. Okay, even computers. We need to go to desktop and we need to add a cart. So we need 2 buttons. One is we need to click computer and we need to click on desktop. So we need these 2 buttons, right? So what shall we do? We need to go and scan it. Come here. They want to shop. Login, logouts. So it's going to be the computers. Create a folder. It will be like login and then logout. Move these 2 elements inside this folder. See, just a drag and drop, nothing much. Having the good folder structure will help you to maintain your elements very easily. If you see, I created a folder, parent folder, login and logout. It will be having one model attribute for login and one is for logout. Very clear. And I gave proper namings also. It's a hyperlink, it's a button and text entry fields. And there's a logout, it's a hyperlink. Okay. Similarly, we will create one more. Let it call as computer. Okay, inside computer, let's have this desktop. Okay, so and we need to scan this particular ribbon, and then we need to scan this desktop. Right? Let's see how to do. You need to right click on your folder and give application. And this is our UI. As I said yesterday, there's 2 ways to scan. One is basic. What you can do is you can simply come here and mouse over your mouse to the proper one. I mean, the button which you are actually trying to scan. And if you click that, it will get added over here, right? Or else you can click on advanced. It will list out everything, whatever you need. Okay. So here, even though I used select on screen, basically, yeah, I used select on screen. I went and clicked this one. Okay. It is showing it in orange, which means it is not unique. Basically, selected item is not unique. Yesterday, as I said, right? What is mean by unique, not unique means unique in the sense Tosca can able to identify it during the runtime. If it is not, it won't allow you to steer. It's not allowed. Tosca can't able to steer it. Okay. So it is required for Tosca to have the unique property. Let's see how to make it unique. So here, if you see representation, not a very good properties are there. And ID is also empty. Class name is also empty. Inner text computer is there and tag. Okay, you can ask me why it is not unique. I mean, why it is not unique? It can be unique, right? Because if you go to the system, here also computer is there. Here also computer is there. right? And here also computer is there. Basically, duplicates are there. That's why it is not unique. That is a major reason, right? So as I was saying yesterday, we can make it unique in a different types of method. Now, by using properties, we can't able to make it unique. What is available in a text is there, okay. And outer text is there, tag is there, but see, class name is empty, ID is empty, and the presentation is also it's not that much good to go with this application. So we need to go other way to make unique. And what are other ways? Those are anchor, image, index. Yesterday we seen index, right? Like if index is sense, as I was saying, it's a kind of an array format. It will list out based on the how the element is positioned. If it is first position means it will come as 1. If a second position means it will come as 2. If a third position means it will come as 3. So that's an index, right? What is meant by anchor and image? Image is self-explanatory, nothing but we are going to find some button based on one image. What we will do is we will say like identify this computer based on this image. So it will use this image as a reference and will go and click here. So instead of that image, I won't suggest you to go. Don't go for it at not like any cost. Try to avoid it for any cost. Okay, there's a difference. You should be try to avoid using the image as much as possible. 99.9%, I will say. In my experience, there's never such a case where I was depending on an image to review the things. But in PDF and all, there will be PDF classes will be there where I will be saying to go with image verification, because in PDF we'll be having the company logos, right? That is an image. So how to verify the image? We need to go for the image verification only. So there and all it's fine because we are going to verify the image. But to identify a property with the image, don't do that, because we are not going to test our applications on standard environments. See, this website is a standard, it's a prod website, which means it is available for end users to do work on, make all the changes, right? In our real-time projects, that is not how it is. It will be having n number of deployments, it will be having n number of product changes, right? So don't prefer going with that particular one, okay? And how to make it unique? Yesterday we seen index, right? If you see index, it is showing 2, index 1 of 2. So it is first one, and maybe it is taking this as a second one. It is not considering about this. Okay, so it is saying like it is having 2 computers, yeah. So if I give this option, it will work. Yesterday we tried what we did. We used index for this add to cart, right? I don't want to do the same thing again. So let me go and remove this index. I'll go for anchor. Okay, what is meant by anchor? So here, anchor is nothing but as I was explaining for the image, right? This will use this image as a reference to access this particular element, right? Similarly, anchor is nothing but it will use some other different property to identify the property which you are looking for. Okay, so here in this case, I need to find one parent element that will act as an anchor for our target element. Okay, so let's try to find the element for us. So what we can go, let's in the UI first we will see what is available for us. Shall we use the search store? It will be unique, I believe, because it is not there anywhere. Let's see search store. Yeah, see here it is there. Let's give highlight selection. Oh, okay, search button it is. this is the question. Okay, see, they given some random naming Q for this text entry field, or else we can go with the search button itself. Okay, let's see both the properties, how good enough, because we are the one who need to judge what we are going to use. Okay. So here it is having class name, small search items. Okay, if I select this, see, it is unique in nature. So only the unique properties can able to act as an anchor for your properties. Okay. So here this is it's using ID. If you see here is small hyphen search terms. That is good. It is not having any random values, alphanumeric or dynamic elements, right? So it is good. So you can go for it. Representation, I'm not using anything, only ID and tag. As I was saying before, Tosca works in a format called AND. ID and tag should be same to same whatever we choose during our scan. During the runtime also should be same, only then it will work. It is not or. If any of one got changed, it means it is going to fail. So don't choose too many elements, too many properties, stick with one. So I'm going to use this box, search entry box, as a parent to identify our not unique property, which means the computer. Okay, so how to do? So here I need to select this computer, which is not in unique now. Click on anchor. Okay, two ways to do. If you see here, to add an anchor, drag and drop controls or select a screen. Okay, so I will prefer drag and drop because before drag and dropping itself, I'll be going and seeing that particular properties and I'll be judging it first, whether it is a right property for me to choose an anchor or not. Because if you go on select on screen, we'll be randomly clicking here and there and randomly it will get assigned. Okay. As a good automation tester, you should be knowing how your product is getting built. Okay, because we are the one who should be steering our automation, not the tool. Okay, see these make unique and select on screen and all, it is there for fine. Even for select on screen also, you can use it to just select an up. I mean, instead of going and searching on over this area and getting confused, right? You can use this, but come and look for the properties here. That is a very good approach. Okay, so before using the anchor, you select on screen here and go for your property. It will get selected here and choose the properties, whether it's good or not, judge it, and then come here and drag and drop to your control. Okay, I'll do one more time so it will be easy for you to understand. Yeah, so how to do is this is the property, right, which we need for our anchors. This is the anchor. This is the element which we need to find using anchor, right? Drag this and drop it to this area. That's all. If you do that, you are seeing selected item is unique. So scroll down and see what are the properties it is using. It is using small search items and tag. Just a moment, David. Let me finish this and show. Then I'll take up the questions. Okay. So ID and tag. This is there. Now, if we close, it'll get saved. So, okay, unfortunately, what I did is I scanned the search window also, it is not required. And how to delete this means you can go here and delete it directly, or else you can use your keyboard also. Okay. Yeah, someone was raising their hand.
So suppose I have taken the property and but somehow I felt I want to remove it. Then how to do that?
Just an
Suppose
uncheck box. Just an uncheck box. That's all. I mean,
where I need to uncheck, suppose if I selected already.
we are checkbox is there, right? We are going and selecting a property, right? It tick mark is coming, right? Same area you need to click again, so it will be get unchecked. That's all. Maybe I'll do. I'll scan more thing, right? At the time I will try to show you. Okay. So we scan this one, and we need to scan this one. And what is the issue here is it is mouse over control, which means see when the mouse is on this particular area, it is getting visible. If this goes out of the region, it is getting disappeared. So Tosca won't capture this element. You'll see. You will understand this one. I'm going for rescan because I want to add the desktop also. Okay. See what is there is inside this computer. I need this desktop, right? So this desktop where it is. See, this desktop is there on here. Else we can use search option also as desktop. Okay, see that's all desktop. No, whatever is showing here is not the one which I need here. So how to do that now? Very simple. Because Tosca unable to retrieve the elements during the rescan because it is not getting displayed at the runtime. Not runtime in the sense when Tosca is trying to fetch the properties from the DOM. Okay, it is as it is not there at the DOM when it is collecting, it is not getting reflected here. So how to hold this one? Very simple. What I will usually do is I'll keep it to the right and I'll keep my application like this here and I will go for a rescan again. Okay, during the rescan, I'll make sure okay. Oh, it went a bit fast. It outperformed me. Let just a moment. Let's do it once again. So now during the rescan, it should be like this. Oh, again, it interrupted me. Just a moment. Let me keep it on the right. Okay. So rescan will happen. No, just a moment. It is interrupting basically. Let's give a try. Okay. Now what will happen is as my mouse is at this area, right? And desktop is getting visible, right? Now Tosca will mostly pull this three elements also. Let's see where it got pulled or not. See, this is there. And this is also there, but it is not getting displayed here. So this is the element I see. So this is the element that one. Because this desktop is getting highlighted here, if you see here, and this is not getting highlighted, and it is not there before also. So this is the one which I am looking for. So let's take this one. And someone was asking some question like how to uncheck the selected pro. This is an element or buttons or the properties from the website or site, whichever you're trying to automate. So this you want to uncheck means just uncheck this one. Select, unselect, select, unselect. But if you want to do the same thing for the properties bin, same method. If we had accidentally chosen some class name or href tags and all, means if you want to uncheck means just give the uncheck again. That's all. And one more thing is, until unless you give save and close, nothing is going to get saved. Does that answer your question? Because someone was asking that before.
No, sir. Can you show me one example here?
Sorry, come again.
No, I did not follow.
Okay. See, so you're asking like you accidentally chosen some properties or some buttons, right? And if you want to uncheck, means what you need to do. That's what your question, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you chosen this desktop accidentally, if you want to uncheck means simply choose the uncheck. That's all. This checkbox. That's all. And same applies for the properties also.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So now if you see here, it is also not unique. Okay. And what's the properties here? In a text and tag. And what we can do, either we can go with the anchor or index. And there is one more option showing it here is make unique. Let's give a try here. If you see, after giving make unique, it turned into unique, but it is using HTML. Right? See, before I never chose it, it is not unique. Now, if I give make unique, it was choosing it here and it turned into unique, but it chosen the outer HTML. Right? Don't go for this. Straightforward answer. See, these elements are there to help us. That I understood, and that's why the Tosca built these features. But as an automation tester, you should not be using this because, as I was mentioning before, we will be developing our scripts for dev environment first, and then it will go to the different environments to run, right? But we are not going to directly automate it on our prod environments, which is not going to be a stable one. So there and all, don't try to use these things. So now what is the, again, we need to go with the anchor or index. Okay, let me go with the anchor itself. What I will use is I'll use the computers because computers, computers also it is not having, because if you remember, this one we used, this one I'm trying to use as an anchor for this one, but still this itself is not unique. We went for anchor with the help of this one, right? That is the reason. So now what I'll do is I'll go anchor of the search button. I can use this also, not a problem, but I don't want to use the same one. I'll use this search button as an anchor for this desktop. Okay. Now this is search button. What we can do is here we can give anchor and drag and drop this search. Okay. Now what it is happening is it is saying like could not find them. It is showing as a very smaller one, and it's saying like could not calculate the difference between anchor the target. Why? Because this reason is, if you see, this is this element will get appear only when it is on active region. When the mouse over is happening, this will get fired. It will be displayed. Until unless it's there, it won't. As it is going away, right? This connection we couldn't able to establish. So how to go on real-time challenge, right? On your projects and all. If you're facing these kind of challenges, try for a simple alternatives. That is a first and foremost. Okay, because our automation is, or what should be our motive is, you should be testing the system and completing the workflow, right? So here in this case, as it is dynamic, we are facing issue on automating this, right? I will say how to automate this also. That is not a very trickier part. I can directly go and give index. That's all it will come. Okay, but now instead of that, what will be the best approach is you can click this computer. Okay, and if you click this computer directly, this desktop will be visible for you. So these buttons you can able to automate very easily, right? So you can go for it. So now how to do that? Okay, some error is coming because we loaded our application, right? That is the reason. Now let's go and search this again. What we need is we need computer and desktop. For this, we no need to worry about keeping the browser here and there. Let's go use select on screen. This is a computer and this is a desktop. Okay, it came into picture. Let's try to make it unique. Okay. Computer, desktop. Okay. If you see when you make unique, it has chosen visible equal to true. Okay, only this one visible equal to true it taken. When I uncheck this, it is not getting unique, but if I choose visible equal to, it's getting unique. So this representation property is fine, not a problem. Okay, and other than that, because it will be visible equal to true every time, right? Visible equal to true in the sense on this UI, this is visible, that is true or false, yes or no. So it is very visible, right? So not a problem. That's what it is saying. And so visible equal to true, inner text and tag, we event and desktop. Inner text is there, tag is there. You can try using visible equal to true. Yeah. So now the same thing. 2V scan is available. Let's go and how to add it to your test case. But before adding it, let's talk about what to name here. This will be the categories because this is what we scanned, right? Categories. It will be demo web shop. Having the right name will help you. This is not the one which we need. I deleted that. And here also, we no need to have categories inside the computer. Let's keep it outside. What we can call it a common modules. Okay, inside that, let me keep the categories. Okay. So inside common modules, we'll be having categories. And once we choose desktop, we will be having add to cart, right? So let's try to build a test case now. Drag and drop these categories to your test case. And post login, we have these categories. And we will be clicking this one. And we'll be clicking this one. But what will happen is, I'll try to let's recreate the when we click computers, it is taking quite some time to load, right? If we closely observe, when my desktop is not there from the beginning, after clicking, only it is visible, right? So it may throw as the failure. As time is not there, I don't want to go into failures now. So what I will do is we can copy paste the same tester. See, I'm not duplicating the modules whichever I created. What I'm doing is I'm duplicating the tester. So here, these action modes are the one which is going to help you to perform different actions, right? See, before and all you're seeing input, and input, right? That's what you'll be seeing. But here, first time you're going to see wait on. Okay? This is a kind of separate topic. We'll cover in-depthly, but wait on is nothing but it is going to wait for quite some time. Okay, based on the settings which will do it in our Tosca. Okay, I'll explain it on the future classes, because if we more talk about settings and other things, means we'll be deviating from completing a test case. So once we complete one test case and you see how it is working, means you'll get a confident to know about other areas and all. Okay, so now we are going to say like, stop this. Okay, it is not allowing to add. Wait on, I don't know what reason. Maybe, yeah. This feature is not there before on the previous versions. What is happening is we need to click steer property and then we need to choose here. It will come as before. Now exist equal to true we need to give, or else I will rename it as for your understanding, I will rename it as visible equal to true. So what will happen is during this execution, it will go and click computer first. It will go and click computer first, and it will wait for quite some time, and then it will verify and it will click desktop. But before clicking, it will verify whether it is visible equal to true. Okay, let's give a try. Yeah, Ravi.
Yeah. What will be the default synchronization timeout?
We get to set it in the project level. Usually it will be like 60,000.
60 seconds, sir.
60,000, which means 6 seconds. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And it failed. See, this is the same failure which we faced yesterday, and that is because during the scan, the scan doesn't desktop. We need to convert it. Okay, see, it clicked. And it's waiting for desktop. Maybe it will fail over there. Let's see. It failed. Okay. See, it is saying like find more than multiple controls for the desktop. Why? Which means on the UI, it is having two controls. Now, desktop here is also there. Here is also there. That is the reason. Now, what we need to do is there is no way we need to go and put the index for it. Okay. And yesterday, how we did index, like I'll go and show here. For add to cart, we added this particular. During the scan, we used index option, right? That is where we choose one. That's why it was coming like a construct index here, right? Now, I don't want to do that. What I can do is simply go here. This is a kind of a shortcut or else kind of an advanced method. You can go here, create configuration parameter and name it like explicit name. And if you do that, and you need to give it as true. Okay, it can be alphanumeric, not sorry, not alphanumeric, it can be lowercase or uppercase, that is fine. But here, explicit name equal to true. If you give means, what will be the advantage here means, see, for computers, we don't have that, but for desktop, I'm having it. What will be the advantages? You can't be able to edit this. I'm giving backspace, delete and all. It won't help me to rename the property, but here it will allow me to change it. Here I'm going to give it as #1, which means this property desktop, we are saying at the runtime level, go and click the first element. Okay, again, let's do this. Why we are doing this? Because during the runtime, it was throwing us in failure. it is having more than 2 controls. See, it got passed now. Any questions? Am I going too fast or saying too many technical things for you? Feel free to say, because I can change my way of teaching. That's the reason. Okay. I hope you guys able to catch me and understand. See, what we did is we faced a lot of issues during today's session. One thing is we couldn't able to scan this area. So we modified our script to click here and click here. Again, we faced the issue over here. And instead of going for rescan, I went for alternate property, which is explicit name equal to true. See, both are same. Okay, I'm taking 1 more minute. I'll close the session for the questions and all. If we go for scan, rescan, and go via index, this is what the property will get added, but I'm adding it manually, saying like explicit name equal to true, which will help us to handle like this. Okay, if what will be the case if I give 2? Okay, it will go and click the second desktop. Let's see, computer. See, second desktop. Right? By having only one module desktop, I can able to handle this desktop. I can able to handle this desktop, also this desktop. I don't want to scan 2 different things. This is the advantage of having explicit name. But if you go with the index means that won't be possible, because you're hard coding every time. Go and choose only the first element, not the second element. Okay. Now let's run it. Card and see how it goes. I don't want this. Let me run it. Okay, it opened and it logged in. And it, oh, password, it never passed. Why it not passed? Okay, let's see that. See, it clicked on add. It should log out. It won't log out because login never happened. So it will fail at the logout. But the issue is it never passed the password. Okay, something is fishy here. Let's see. Maybe I made a mistake. CP password. Actually, it's good to check it before going for the demo. Okay, again, it is not passing. Okay, let's rebuild it. We'll see. Okay, in this version, I'm seeing one issue by having the password in this particular data and data type, it is not getting passed. So on those particular situations and all, what we need to do is we need to use a property called send keys. Okay, so within the send keys, you need to pass these things because at the runtime it is not passing for some reason. But anyway, I don't want to do that now. Let's execute it without the send keys and all. Okay. Now we'll see. Let's log out and close this browser and run this. Okay, it opened and click on login. Email, password, login done. Go and click on computers and second desktop and add to cart. And now the logout. My logout is not performing. Okay. No matching tab was found. Title demo web shop. Yeah, that is the reason. What need to do in logout? It is having demo web shop. But see the title here, demo web shop dot build your own cheap computer. That is the reason. What to do? Very simple. Give the while character. Okay. So now let me log out and close and run. Clicking the computer and second desktop. Now it will add to cart and it will log out. See, test case got passed. See, logout has been done and your test case has been successful. Right? Sorry, I taken 6 more minutes. We are facing a lot of real-time errors during the run, but it was good from my end because we will be facing. I don't want to go happy path because showing the issues, it will be easy for you can understand how I'm debugging it. Okay, so any questions? As of now, we covered scanning and creating modules and search page and product we did, and we click add to cart and log out we did. We'll try to do other process by tomorrow and complete a test case. So, okay, any questions?
Yeah, I have one.
Mhm.
So if you have a tool get installed, that will be good for us to practice it.
Yeah, on Friday session, I'll be covering it because there is some kind of challenge on Tricentis side. Actually, they are not giving the license for. I mean, we need free license, right? So that is the reason. By Friday, I'll be showing you the demo on how to get the license and all. So you can do it on a weekend. And what I will do is I will give you the exercise, the same exercise, whatever we are currently doing, right? I will give that to you. You can import it and you can try running the same thing. And I'll be asking you to redevelop the same thing on your machine. So Saturday, Sunday, whenever the time permits, you can do that and see.
So you are going to help us for installing that tool as well, right?
Tool installation, not a problem. We have demo videos how to do that. I'll be giving the URLs basically where to download and how to get the license and how to do the configurations.
Because I have tried, but it's asking the business email. So business email, it only for the 14 days trial license.
Not
So
required. You can, yeah.
if it is get expired, so again we have to get it. That is very difficulty. So we'll get any kind of license where we can able to use some kind of crack one.
Crack is not required. Here I'm using my personal email actually. That is well sufficient enough.
Okay.
I'll write you
Personally,
on that one.
yeah, please. If you help us, that will be good.
Yeah,
And second thing is, as you said, when we select the values from the top in the top areas, right, from the computers from the drop down. So since those are dynamic in nature, since most or only we are able to handle those situations. But whenever we have to validate whether that values are available on that drop down. Could you please help us like how in the future classes as well, how can we able to handle those kind of situations? So rather
You
than rather than indexing, and because if dynamic values, yeah, so those
This one, right?
does
We'll cover on
yes,
tomorrow's class.
yeah, please.
Yeah, we'll cover about these things. No issues.
Sure.
That is the reason this demo workshop site is specifically trained to get trained in Tosca. Okay, so don't worry. This will be having all the challenges, and I'll be having one more site for you guys. That will be the challenges.tricentis. I'll share you on the future classes. So there and all you can do a completed activity and send me the report. So you will get trained on real-time challenges on how to do these kind of stuff, because these are the ones majorly will be happening on what to say, your applications. Right. See, if you see here, I wantonly went and shown this one. I could have went to books and navigated here, right? But computer are the one which will lead into the defects, like actual challenges. Right. So when you face these kind of challenges at the runtime on your projects, you should not be getting blocked, right? Other way is, as a good automation tester, we need to find other ways also. So here we can able to go with two options also. That also we did. Here tomorrow we can see how dynamic we can handle these things and all. Okay, any other questions? Okay, if not, feel free to drop off. We'll connect on tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.